You know, there are many reasons why wine has become so popular throughout the ages, the many flavors, the many health benefits.
But do you really know what you're doing when it comes to wine selection? Delmarva Life's Cleo Green stopped by Teller Wines in Lewis to find out what makes each bottle one of a kind and how to simplify the wine buying process.
Welcome to Teller Wines in Lewis. Each bottle of wine on the rack has a special story. The first chapter begins with the owners, Kevin and his wife, Catherine Hester.
We've been together for 40 years, married 30 years this year, and ever since our children were of age where we can have grandma and grandpa babysit, we would go off on wine trips, whether it was to Monticello, somewhere nearby in Virginia, or to the Finger Lakes, or out to Napa and Sonoma, Santa Barbara. And then later we would go abroad in search of the unique wine and food, because we've always been enophiles and gastronomes, I guess that's the word for foodies, so that's what we've been doing and we loved it.
It's something that we both enjoy, sampling different wines, finding great food, and just traveling the world and enjoying it.
In September of 2011, the couple made their beach home in Lewis a permanent home and took ownership of Teller Wines with a specific mission.
Our mission is very small production, small boutique, family-owned wineries, and we try to bring in a lot of different wines from all over the world that are organic or sustainably grown, because that is sort of the movement that people are going towards in terms of their food as well as their wine. Why drink a wine that has extra pesticides if you don't have to? So all of the green labels on the tasting notes in our store represent organic wines.
Kevin says there are 9 different flavor profiles, from fresh and clean to big and concentrated.
Kevin, something so unique about Teller Wines is the fact that you have 9 different flavor profiles. Tell me more about that. How does that work?
Well, it's a way of dividing the shop up so that people can easily find wines that are similar. We divide into the 9 flavor profiles, ranging from the light white ones all the way to the deep dark red ones. The lighter whites in our fresh and clean section, those are the Pinot Grigios and things along that line that have like apples and pears kind of flavors to them. Then moving over to the red sections, that's also divided into 3. We have smooth and structured, which is going to be those smooth drinkers, the nice ones, the Merlots, the Pinot Noirs. Then the third white section is going to be aromatic and crisp. It's going to be those with the floral notes, the grapefruity kind of flavors, the Sauvignon Blancs, delicious things like that.
The pair says with a combined 24 years of retail wine experience, they can help you select the wine of your choice. It's a process called hand selling.
When a customer comes in, whether it's a returning customer or a new customer, we will show them and explain to them and answer their questions about a particular wine.
Catherine says she and her husband taste and approve every wine that is put on the rack.
Our reps and our distributors will visit us a couple times a week, and when we're here, they will sample us on different wines. So we have now had to learn the art of taste and spit.
Each hand-selected wine is then put on a rack and organized much like a boutique.
People ask, well, what's the difference between an expensive wine and a cheap wine? Well, a cheap wine is mass-produced. It's like Kool-Aid. You're producing pallets and pallets of it, whereas a small boutique-y, small production wine is hand-selected grapes, hand-harvested, very little pesticides, and the winemaker is actually the scientist and the artist. So, the science of winemaking is making sure that all of the pH balance levels are correct. The artistic side of winemaking is blending the flavors from different barrels and different vintages.
If you're not sure which art you want, they'll help you with hands-on learning.
It can be very confusing, and there are a lot of people that don't know a lot about wines, and we encourage them to come to the tastings just to learn a little bit more. We also maintain for our customers a registry in our cash register, so that if they say, I'm going to Joe Smith's house, we can look up Joe Smith and see what kind of wines he likes and recommend something for them from his list.
And no matter if your glass is half empty or half full, Catherine and Kevin say picking the perfect wine is simple. Pick the one that tastes good.
And here's your perfect opportunity. Teller Wines hosts a free wine tasting every Saturday from 3 until 6. You'll have an opportunity to learn about and taste new and delicious wines from all over the world.
And one of our viewers can get a taste of what Teller Wines has to offer. Congratulations to James Morrow of Rehoboth Beach. You've won a $50 gift card from Teller Wines in Lewis. Well, the time has just about come. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, we're celebrating here in historic Studio D. 500 episodes. I can't believe it.
Delmarva Life will be right back.